Okay, I've got a really cool tip for you this week. It involves those of you who find yourself creating and using actions a lot. So take a look. I think you'll like it. What I've got here is an image that I'm going to eventually run an action on it, but I want to run a few effects to it first. First, I'll decrease the image size. Click OK. I'm going to run a levels adjustment on it. I'm just going to lighten it up just a little bit. I'll click OK, and now let's say zoom in a bit. And now let's say I want to increase the canvas size. So add 1 inch and 1 inch. So I just performed 3 steps right before I actually ran the action. So now I want to actually run the action. So I'm going to go to my actions palette and I have one called Dave's Ethereal Glow here. I'm going to click on it. It's going to run through the steps and it's added a nice glow to the image. Well, let's say I wanted to undo this action. There really is no undo action key or shortcut in Photoshop. So what I'd actually have to do is step back through all the history states in my action. Well, this works in this action because I only have about 10 history states, but as you've probably seen, some actions create 10, 25, 50, even 100 history states, and you don't always save that many in your history palette. By default, Photoshop saves somewhere around 20 or 25. I usually change it to 50, so once I go beyond that limit, I can't get back to where I started from before this action. And in this case, I only ran three. I ran an image size, levels, and a canvas size change on the image. But let's say I applied like 20 effects to the image before I ran the action on it. You can see that you can lose a lot of work because the only way to get back to the beginning photo is to just click on this beginning history state here, and now you're stuck right back at the beginning if those history states are indeed gone. So let's take a look at a way around this. I'll open up my actions palette here, and if you're recording an action, what you'd want to do is click a new action. I'm going to click record, and the first thing I'm going to do is go to my history palette and I'm going to choose new snapshot. Just name it whatever you need to, and that's going to actually create a new snapshot as the very first step in your image. So let's take a look at how this works, and at the same time I'll show you how to use this with actions that you've already got created. So this action has only one step in it. It's called make snapshot. What I'm going to do is take it and drag it to the beginning of this action here, and I can insert it right there. So now let's say I go in and I run. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to just change the image size 800. I'll run the levels adjustment same as I did before, and then I'll run the canvas size change here. I'll just add 1 inch to each side. So now I've done those same 3 steps, and now I'm going to run the same action that I ran before and watch what happens. Goes through, runs the action just like it did, but now let's check out my history palette here. If I scroll down, look what I've got. I've actually got a way to get back by going back to my new snapshot. So this is where I was before I ran the action, and then this is where I was at the very beginning of the image. So I can get to right before the snapshot or right before the action was run, and I can also get to the starting point of my image. So it's real powerful. It's basically an undo for an action. It allows you in one click to get back to the point right before you ran the action. So it's a very powerful technique. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks.